Amazing. Okay, so we're going to talk tonight about building a strong customer base. Okay, so I really need to take a picture of y'all. That way I can have attendance for tonight. So hold on just a moment. I love you guys. You're so fun. So if you don't have pen and paper, get pen and paper. What are you doing? I literally have a notebook dedicated to Mary Kay trainings. This is it. It's been through a lot of wisdom in there. So get out your notebook, get out a pen, and let's dive on in. Okay, so we're going to talk tonight about building a strong customer base. Who here wants to build a strong customer base? Everyone, right? Every single one of you, because y'all showed up tonight. Okay, and so here's the thing. I have this broken down into 5 key points for you. Okay, one thing about me is I love tangibles. I love a good list. I love bullet points. So if that's your style of learning, I got you. I got you. Okay. So I want to start off by sharing this quote with you. It's as honorable to sell as it is to buy. I want you to think about that. It's as honorable to sell as it is to buy. Ooh, that sell word though, right? Ooh, that sell word, right? So here's the deal. Is we have to shift our mindset around the word sell, around selling in general. Because a lot of people get the ick for some reason. And you all probably have experienced it when you're sharing the opportunity and someone's like, well, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not salesy. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to whatever. Well, here's the reality, folks. And here's, I might step on some toes tonight. So I hope y'all have closed toe shoes on because I might step on your toes. But just know it's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of I've been there. Okay. I know what you I know. But here's the reality is we have to shift our mindset around selling. All right. Because the truth is, you guys, we're selling ideas all day long, every day. Who here has children? Oh, like most of you. Most of you have children. Okay. You know, when you got to get them to bed and you're really like struggling to get them to bed and you're like trying to sell them on the idea of like, man, it just sounds so good. Like we're going to go in there, we're going to read a bedtime story. We've got your favorite PJs on. It's going to be so great. You're literally selling them on the idea of getting into bed. Okay. What about maybe even planning a vacation? You have this dream vacation and you present it to your husband and you're like trying to sell him on it. And you're like, listen, babe, we've been dreaming of this trip. We've been dreaming of this quality time together. Imagine waking up, opening the blinds, and here we are. It's sandy beaches and beautiful water. That is selling. That is selling. Okay. So you guys are selling constantly all the time, whether you realize it or not. Okay. So it's not the ick. Being a sales girl is cool. Okay. It's a really cool thing. And whenever you master that and shift your mind around it, you really tap into your power and your potential, right? So, and something else I want you guys to think about is that selling is a way to serve. Okay. So selling is serving. Selling is serving. Did you guys know that the average woman spends anywhere from $500 to $1,000 on skincare, cosmetics, makeup, etc. in a year? And that's the low end of the number because there were some other studies that showed a little bit higher, but on average, that's what the numbers were showing me based on my research I did. Okay. So my thought process around this is if they are already buying products wherever, right? There's a lot of makeup stores, there's a lot of other brands and things like that. And there's nothing, I'm not saying anything bad about them. But what I'm saying is, why not buy from you? Why not buy from you? They're already buying the products elsewhere. They're buying their skincare, they're buying their makeup, they're buying their body care, they're buying their perfume. So why not buy it from you? Like when you stop and think about it like that, it kind of takes you out of the equation as far as like being pressure, like putting pressure on people or being salesy or being pushy, right? Because they're going to go get it elsewhere. Like if they need a mascara, they'll run to Walmart and get it. If they need a moisturizer, they're going to run to Target and get it. So why not get it from you? Have you ever thought that thought? That was something that when I became a consultant, you know, I was like, "Well, okay, I'm gonna do it for my discount." That was my safety, okay? I was like, "I'm doing it for my discount." Then I was like, "Well, maybe I'll sell it to my mom, my aunts," because I have a lot of aunts. I was like, "They'll buy from me, that's cool." Then my thinking opened up and I was like, "Oh my gosh, everyone has skin. Everyone's buying products elsewhere, and they need like, they're women are not gonna skimp out on their beauty products." I'm telling you what, the economy doesn't matter, the state of the economy does not matter. They will find a way, make a way to get their lipstick, their mascara, whatever it is, okay? That's the reality. But my thought process around it was, if they're buying these products elsewhere, then why not buy it from me? Like, I can provide a really unique service to where I can give them a complimentary consultation. We can really assess their skin. We can find their right shade of foundation. We can find colors that complement their features. We can truly try things before she even purchases. Like, because what we do, you guys, is provide a very unique service. And so, not only are we selling, because that might give you the ick, but we're truly serving people. We are serving people. And so my point number 2 is God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Why do you think that is? Because we should be listening more than we're talking. And you're like, "What? Okay, how does this relate?" Well, a lot of times, if you've ever done a pampering session, if you've ever held an appointment ever, um, whenever you're walking them through skincare, whenever they are super vulnerable, they've taken all their makeup off in front of you. They're in a very vulnerable state. Okay? Like, you guys are gonna get to know each other real well. And so when you're talking to her about her skin, asking her questions about her skin, you will be surprised at the information she shares with you because she feels safe with you and because she's connected with you, because she feels heard and she feels seen and she trusts you. And those are so special. Like, those moments are so special. Those connections are so special because you could have started out as complete strangers, and then by the end of the night, you know so much about her and her life, and you have developed rapport, you have developed a relationship, because you guys, the thing is, when people purchase from us, they're not just buying the product from us and calling it a day, they're buying into a relationship with us. They are going to be in relationship with us because I'm going to be talking to them and checking in on them, because now we're going to be connected on social media. Now I'm going to be seeing posts that she makes about her children. I'm going to be seeing birthday posts. I'm going to be seeing that they went on vacation. I'm going to be, intertwined in her life now because of that time we spent together and because we got to know each other and because I was listening to these things about her when I simply started by asking about her skin or about her makeup or whatever, and then she shares all this extra info with me, and we truly connect. So this allows you to develop those relationships, those true relationships that it's not just gonna be a one-time buy. It's not just gonna be a one-time buy when she connects with you. Like, this ain't just a one-time sell and you never hear from this person again. This is gonna be someone that is loyal. This is gonna be someone that you are going to truly have a connection with, and you guys are probably gonna become friends. What do you know? It's really cool, okay? But this also, not only does it help to develop that relationship, but it's not transactional at that point. You're not thinking about selling at that point. You are thinking about, okay, she told me at the beginning of the session that she has really, really dry skin all year round. She also told me that the moisturizer that she's using currently is super heavy. She doesn't really like that. She also told me that she's looking for a more potent exfoliator to just kind of help unclog pores and remove some of that buildup. So, like, I'm making notes of all these things that she's telling me, but also we're having conversation throughout this. And then when, we come to the microdermabrasion, I can say, "Hey, I know that you really struggle with the buildup of dead skin cells. You were saying how it affects your makeup, but you also don't like a super heavy moisturizer. So have you tried something like this? It's a physical exfoliator that helps to buff off that dead skin." And then it kind of leads into that problem solving mode, right? Because that's what we are. We're problem solvers. I say it all the time, you got to put your little detective hat on because you're a detective in that people present you with a problem and you are trying to plug in all the information to find a solution, right? So that helps you to build that relationship, but also to not be so transactional and focused on the sale because you're connecting with her on a deeper level. Okay. And so, what is transactional selling? Anyone know what that is? Whoops, my pen just shot across the room. Anyone know what transactional selling is? If you listen to the Sales Girls podcast, which I'm a big fan, okay? If you don't know, you need to, if you like, amazing. Transactional selling is you're always focused on the results, you're always focused on the sale, you are focused on quantity over quality. You always feel like you're taking, you're always thinking about the cost of products, you're always focused on a one-time sale and not truly focused on the relationship building piece. You attract low quality customers. That might sound harsh, but I say that with love. You may even be inauthentic because you're so focused on that. You might feel salesy because you're so focused on that. And you never focus on what happens after the sale. You're not doing the follow-ups, you're not doing the connections, you're not checking in with her, you're not seeing her post on social media and commenting when there's a cute picture of her with her kids on the beach. So with that, you're also creating sales all the time, which decreases the value of the products, which is hurting you in your business. And we don't want that, right? Discounts decrease the value, right? Like you guys know, I do 2 sales a year. I do my Customer Appreciation Day and Pink Friday. That is it. That is it. I'm not doing a sale every week. I'm not discounting stuff every week because that diminishes and depletes not only the value of the product, but also this business opportunity, right? So you do not have to run sales all the time in order to sell product. You know what you need to do is get in front of some people. That's what you need to do. Okay. It also, whenever you're focused on transactional selling, it doesn't create that loyalty or that retention. So what do I mean? That means that people aren't loyal to the brand. They aren't loyal to coming back to you as a consultant because they don't have a connection with you because you were just focused on, oh, I need to sell that mascara. Oh, I need to, hit this thing, hit this goal, hit this mark, whatever. But when you have true connection, your retention rate is going to be higher. The reorders are going to happen. They are going to be intertwined in your life. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So we have transactional selling, right? So what's on the flip side of the coin? This is called transformational selling. So we have transactional selling, which is what I just talked about and described, which is very focused on the transaction. Okay. Transformational selling is focused on change and growth. Transformational selling is focused on change and growth. So, as it relates to our business, that change and growth could be helping someone gain confidence in their skin through our skincare products, helping someone gain confidence in their makeup application or their techniques through our makeup products. Transformational selling can even relate to team building. Okay. So you see how that can relate transactional selling and transformational selling to team building. Transformational selling with team building could look like, hey, personal growth and development. Hey, the opportunity to make income for you and your family. Hey, the opportunity to gain confidence in yourself. Hey, the opportunity to increase your communication skills. Hey, the opportunity to grow and learn more about your skin's health, about beauty products, about the beauty industry, versus transactional recruiting could look like, hey, join my team. I'm desperate. Desperate's not a cute look, sister. Not cute. Not cute. Okay. You see how that can relate to not only selling products, but also selling the business plan. Okay. So we all want to be focused on growth and change, right? We all want to grow. We all want to improve. We all want to change for the better. That's what we all want. We want to continue to grow. Okay, so point number 3 is where to start. Because again, our big topic tonight is building a strong customer base. I'm giving you a lot of like building blocks, but now you're like, okay, what are the tangibles? Where do I start? First of all, you need customers, right? Where do these customers come from? Drop in the chat. Where do these customers come from? If I'm new, where do they come from? They could come from, oh, I don't know, my bookings. So, you know, for example, my launch party, that's my very first booking that I have as a new consultant. So my launch party, that's my very first booking. And at your launch party, I teach you how to get leads. We play a little, if you've already had your launch party with me, you know what I'm talking about. We play a little game. The person with the most names and numbers gets a little gift from me. And guess what? Those names and numbers are going to be leads that you reach out to and book for appointments, okay, for facials, for pampering sessions, right? So, family, bookings, referrals, absolutely referrals, family, friends, friends of friends, yes, warm chatting, facial boxes. Yes, you guys know this. We have talked about lead generating. We've talked about ways in which we can meet new people. But they come from bookings. So bookings can be one-on-one facials, parties, maybe you do a foundation matching. You can do in-person appointments, virtual appointments. But basically, you build a customer base by consistently seeing the faces through those bookings. Okay. So, like, you guys might see me, post about Mary Kay products. Like, if I'm wearing something, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this lip gloss. Oh my gosh, I love my CC cream or whatever. But I don't like sell 1 million of those because I've posted about that. Like, that is not how that works. Okay. Just so you know. Like, the product sales come from being in front of people and listening to their concerns and issues, right? Answering their questions and helping them find a solution to their problems, okay? You can absolutely share things that you're loving about your Mary Kay, and I think you should do that. But if you think that just posting on your customer group is the answer, that's not correct. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I started my business before COVID. So, right, I've built my business before the pandemic. I've had it during the pandemic and I've had it post pandemic. So I have seen the evolution of Mary Kay and the industry as a whole. So when I first came into Mary Kay, all we did was in-person appointments. Like Zoom, we didn't even have Zoom meetings. We had in-person meetings. We all couldn't hop on a Zoom and be together. We had to get in a car and drive to the meeting. Okay? Like, that's all we had to do. Now it's so easy. But back then we had in-person appointments, and that's what that looked like. And then COVID hit and it was all virtual. And then now we're on the other side, and now you can do in-person and virtual, a little bit of both. And so I think that that is so cool. But at the end of the day, you got to be doing something. You got to be doing in person, virtual, or both, or something. You got to have something going on. And that's the reality and that's the truth. Okay. Um, it's the only way to truly find new customers is by holding appointments. There's no shortcut, there's no roundabout way to do it. So if you want to grow your customer base, you've got to hold the appointments. You got to hold the appointments. And everyone on here does it differently, which is so cool. Like, I know Heather does a lot of virtual appointments. Andrew does a lot of in-person stuff. Some of you guys do a little bit of I do a little bit of both. I do in-person and virtual, so I'm kind of hybrid. And it can vary week by week for me, which is really cool. And so I think it's fun because you get to kind of take that and apply it to your business and to your life and what works for you. But what I want you to hear from me, what I want you to get from that is that you have to do something. You can't just expect results and not do anything. Okay? That's not a realistic expectation. And I'm not saying you guys have that. You guys are on here, it requires to see faces. You guys know it requires that. But I'm telling y'all, as a reminder, or maybe this is the first time you're hearing it, is that it requires that work. Okay. Okay, so you've got the booking, right? If you're new, your very first booking is your launch party, which is so fun. And I teach you a lot at your launch. If you've already had your launch with me, you're probably like, man, we covered a lot of ground. We covered a lot of ground. So how does she become your customer? Well, if you go back to point number 2, when I said God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, You're listening to her and you're feeling her need. That's how she becomes your customer. Listening more and talking less. So listen more, talk less. What issues is she experiencing? What products can help her find a solution to the problem? Those are some questions that you can jot down and ask yourself. And like maybe it's a situation where you write those questions down on a little post-it note, and that's something you keep by you whenever you're doing an in-person appointment, or maybe you're doing a virtual appointment and you're like, I need to remind myself these two things. These are the two things I really need to. And what issues is she experiencing? And I need to be thinking about what products can I help to find that solution for her problem. Okay, because that's what we do. Um, when you don't have anything on your book, so meaning you don't have any appointments, you don't have facials, you don't have Zoom, Facebook parties, whatever. When you don't have anything on your books, the best place to start is with your existing customers. Now, if you're brand spanking new, you may not have as much to pull from, but if you're more seasoned like myself, you have existing customers, right? Even if you've already done your launch party, you already have existing customers. You have at least a couple people that have purchased and that have been introduced to the product, right? So whenever I don't have bookings, or maybe I want more bookings than what I currently have, I'll go to my existing customer group, not just my Facebook group. Don't get that twisted. I mean my customer base. Okay. So I have a customer base. I keep them in my customers app. That's my customer base. Okay. I go there and I think to myself, has she hosted for me? Has she hosted for me? That's the first question I ask. Has she hosted a party for me? Whether it's in person or virtual, has she hosted for me? Have I asked her for referrals? Have I asked her for referrals? Something else right now that you could run with is, have you booked her for the makeover contest? Because you guys right now, you could totally rebook clients for the facial for the makeover contest and encourage them to bring people, make it a little party, right? Have her bring two friends. And guess what? She just introduced you to two new customers. That's an example of what I mean. Okay. So for example, let me do a little bit of a role play. Like, let's say I'm contacting Heather because she's an existing customer of mine. After I'd reach out to her and be like, hey, Heather, I just wanted to reach out to you because I am so excited. Mary Kay is doing this fun makeover contest, and I really want us to win this trip to Scottsdale, Arizona together. When would work best for you for us to get together, on a weekday or a weekend? And she messages me back, or we're on the phone and she tells me a weekday. And then we set it up. I'm like, okay, listen, I'm going to sweeten the deal for you. And whenever you bring two friends with you, I'm going to have a special gift for you. Okay. Bring two friends. I've got a gift for you. Can't wait to see you. Okay. Then she's going to show up with two guests because she's a loyal customer of mine and she wants to win this daggone trip with me. But also, I told her that I need her help and she needs to bring two people with her. Okay. You see what I'm saying? It could be that simple, you guys. Don't overcomplicate it. We complicate things and it's not complicated. What we do is very simple. We book appointments, we sell product, and we share the opportunity, and we recycle over and over and over again. That's it. That's all it is. It's super simple. It's a simple business plan. Okay. So now when you ask yourself if she's booked a party with you, if the answer is yes, and she's booked and she's held 3 parties with you, don't book her. Don't ask the person who has done 3 parties for you already to host for you. You need somebody else. You need somebody else. Okay. I see that a lot. We get like the same consultant rolling and rolling and rolling. I'm like, girl, you can only, like, you're running this hostess to death. You need to find somebody else because you need to give her a break. She's hosting for you every month. So don't ask the person that's hosted for you 3 times already. Okay. Mix it up. Do something different. So what are some qualities to look for with customers? Have you ever heard this in training before? Qualities to look for when it comes to customers? If she intimidates you, she's your girl. If she like Heather's shaking her head. If she intimidates you, she's your girl. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, my AirPods, it like was weird and staticky. If she intimidates you, book her. Like if she is dressed to the nines, if she, has her hair done, her full face of makeup on, if you're like, oh my gosh, like I am nervous to talk to this woman, that's the woman you should be talking to. Okay. If she's a realtor, if she's in management, if she's a stay-at-home mom, women who are already winning in their life, those are the women that you're looking for. Okay. Because those are the women that are well connected. Those are the women that can get behind a woman going places because you've got goals, you've got things excited about that. So those are qualities to look for. But bottom line is if she intimidates you, you go for that girl. You book her, okay? I have been over the years working my business, I have been intimidated by women. Believe it or not, you guys might look at me and be like, Sabra has all the confidence in the world. There's no way anyone scares her. There is a way, okay? And that's a good thing. And I have asked people on my chicken list to book with me, and they have booked with me, and we have done facials together, and they've joined my team. They've come in as start consultants and have been fantastic to work with. And it was so shocking. But had I not asked, those things would have never happened. So sometimes you just need 10 seconds of courage, 10 seconds of bravery, and just do it. Do it now, do it now, do it now. And guys, just a reminder, we are not booking just to book, just to be good beauty consultants, just to check the box, right? That's not it. We're not just doing that just to say we did it, because booking is the lifeline of your business. When you are writing in your date book, you're writing in your checkbook. Mary Kay Ash said that. So if our founder said that, that must mean we need to be getting ourselves booked up if we plan to make any money in this business. If we plan to make any money, we better be seeing some daggone faces, right? So we're not booking just to book. We're booking to find our next team member. We're booking to find our next skincare customer. And it's not complicated, y'all, but we tend to make it complicated. Again, our job is booking appointments, selling the product, sharing the opportunity. Okay. Speed round. Point number 4, build your customer base deep and wide. This means having lots of customers on lots of products. For example, let's say you have a customer reach out and she's a mascara ordering girl. Like she only wears Mary Kay mascara. She swears by it. Book her for a facial. Okay. Book her for a facial. Let her try some other products, because chances are she doesn't know what she's missing out on. Okay. Because you guys know the products are amazing and they sell themselves. And so if you have customers in your customer base that are, only makeup customers, for example, they only buy CC cream from you, or they only buy the full coverage, or they only buy mascara from you, you really need to get them on more products. You really need to educate them on skincare. You really need to educate them on more of the products that we have. And so how do we do that? Through booking them for a session. Okay. So that was just one example I had, because I have had that happen where I've had a client reach out and she, wanted to refill her CC cream, and she is a CC cream girl, and we haven't sat down for a facial. And I'm like, listen, let's get together for a facial. Let's see if we need to update your CC cream formula. You guys know the CC cream formula ain't changed. But if that is a tactic, I need to get in there and be like, hey, let's make sure that your CC cream formula is up to date, because her skin, she could have a tan. Maybe she needs a darker shade. I don't know. I haven't seen her. So if that's what I have to do to get in front of her to make sure that she is, first of all, her CC cream is, performing what it needs to perform, but also to help educate her, because maybe she's settling for that and maybe it's not lasting her as long because she's not using the primer with it, or she's not setting it with powder, or she's complaining and she's overusing the product under her eye because she has really dark under eye circles. That's where I could introduce under eye corrector. You see what I'm saying? So when you have a customer base that's deep and wide, what does that mean? That means I have lots of customers. That's the width. But also, they're not just on one product each. They're on many products. That's the deep. Okay. They're on many products. All right. So back to that number I gave you guys earlier, that on average, the average woman spends anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a year in skincare, makeup, cosmetics. Okay. If you had 40 customers spending $1,000 with you in a year, that's $40,000. If you had 40 customers Taking that $1,000 they would have spent elsewhere and spending it with you, that is $40,000, friends. We make half. We make half. Anyone else's jaw dropping with that one? We make half. Yes, 20K right in your pocket. Give me the money. Write me the check. I will service you all day. I will answer all of your skincare questions. So back to my customers comment, keep track of the products your customers are on using. When she messaged you and says, hey, Haley, I need to reorder my CC cream. You know what her shade is because you have it in your app. You don't have to ask her, what shade were you again? You look really professional because you're like, yes, girl, you got it. You just quietly go to her little folder and you see, oh, she's light to medium CC cream. Got it. And you don't even have to tell her that you had it filed away in your little notes. You look so professional because you remembered her shade. Okay. So Sephora and Ulta can't do that, you guys. They don't do that. They don't remember what shade you had. But we sure as heck can. We can keep notes and keep track of that stuff through our app. Okay. 5.5. Turn can I into how can I? Turn can I into how can I? How would your belief change if you had 50 solid customers ordering from you every 2 to 3 months? How would your belief change? Would it increase? Would it decrease? Would it stay the same if you had 50 customers ordering from you regularly every couple of months? Be so sold out on the products that your customers feel it from you. You are a walking billboard for your Mary Kay business, by the way. So are you using Mary Kay skincare? Are you using Mary Kay makeup? Are you using Mary Kay body care? Are you wearing our fragrances? Because I'm going to tell you right now, the things that you wear, the things that you have a personal opinion on, those are the things you are going to sell. Restate that again. Turn can I into how can I? So don't think about, can I grow my customer base? Think, how can I grow my customer base? See what I'm saying? Shift the perspective, shift the focus. But I want to share this real quick image with y'all as it relates to being sold out on the product and being sold out on wearing the product, because it makes a difference, y'all. I am Mary Kay head to toe. My body wash, my hand soap, my perfume, my skincare, my makeup, even my husband, all the bathrooms in my home, like everything is Mary Kay. If Mary Kay makes it, I use it. Okay. Because why wouldn't I? I get a 50% discount, but also I am representing the brand. So this is a Build-A-Bag little flyer, but essentially what this is showing you is the products that you can have for yourself. Like, these are things you can go through and be like, okay, am I using Mary Kay skincare? If not, here's some options for me. When it comes to like supplements or like serums, am I using Mary Kay items? If not, I need to swap those out. Or, when it comes to makeup. So this is just kind of an approach that you can take a look at just to kind of do a quick check on your products, right? But you are a walking billboard for your business. So if you are out and about and someone compliments your lipstick and it's not Mary Kay, it's going to feel real awkward advertising for somebody else. Whereas if you're out and about and someone compliments your lipstick and you're like, oh girl, it's Mary Kay. I'm actually a consultant. Let me get you hooked up with that. It's going to hit a lot different, right? So you are a walking billboard for your business. And I would encourage you to just take a look at, are you using Mary Kay branded products? If you are, good for you. I'm proud of you, as you should. We get an incredible discount. But if you're not, then this is something to work your way towards, okay? And I'm not here to shame you or make you feel bad. I'm just being real. I'm like, it's impossible to sell the product if you're not using it yourself. Just being real. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna open it up for questions for y'all. So what questions do you have for me about building a strong customer base?